Thank you, Priyanka and Jared and Anil, for giving me this opportunity and sharing my thoughts with the wonderful community here. So, and thank you, Jaipur Marketer Group as well. Who's a co-founder, who's leading this group, the Priyanka, Jared, and Anil. So, today we are going to talk about Agentforce, how the Agentforce like helps us to make some actions and for different industries. So we are talking about how we can create any agents or how we can set up any agents for the service related stuffs. So that will be a deep dive agent code sessions versus the autonomous agent for the service. So this is a quick introductions about me. Like I'm a founder of the Trailblazers in Campus program, which is a community-driven program. And through this program, we have conducted Salesforce awareness program in colleges and the universities across India. So far, we have empowered around 5,000 plus students across India, and I'm in this ecosystem from last 14 years. I'm currently working in Dot Square as a Salesforce practice head. Since 2017, I'm leading a Salesforce admin group, Jaipur, where we conduct a lot of sessions related to the Salesforce admin and other areas as well. And I'm a passionate by the technical architect, and I'm having around 15 certifications. So this is my LinkedIn QR code. Like if you wanted to connect with me on the LinkedIn social channels, you can scan this and connect with me there. And this is my Twitter handle. All right. So again, thank you everyone for joining this session. So this is our culture of the Trailblazer community, where we say thank you in advance instead at the last of the sessions, because we appreciate the time and the effort you give to the community. And again, thank you again, Priyanka, Jarin, and Anil, for inviting me as a speaker for the sessions and giving me this opportunity to interact with this wonderful community members. Even though we cannot connect in person here, but anyways, we can share our thoughts with the chats and we can connect on the LinkedIn and the social channels. And whenever we'll get a chance to connect in person, so we can exchange our thoughts there as well. So again, thank you everyone for joining the sessions, and I hope these sessions will add value to each and every one of you, that you can take some key takeaways from the sessions, and that will be very meaningful and insightful for you as well. So this is the forward-looking statement, and this is as a reminder that please base those purchasing decisions based on your products that are currently available, which is a GA. So you can take those decisions basis on that. And this session is not to promote any organizations or to any other things. All right, so this will be a complete agenda next to 45 minutes to the 1 hour. So please bear with me for the next 45 minutes. And I'm going to talk about Agentforce overview, where we will talk about the Agentforce journey, like what are the different components, how we can set it up in Salesforce, the key attributes of an agent, and then autonomous agent makes effortless services a reality. What is the role of the autonomous agent, and what versus the autonomous agent? Because before this autonomous agent, we used to work with the bots as well. So we will discuss about that as well, what are the key differences between the bot versus the autonomous agent and how we can set it up in for any of our businesses. And then agent force service agent overview. We'll cover some fundamental building blocks of the agent force as well. And after it, we'll see a quick demo, where we have configured one agent force. Will showcase how the agent force works in the backend, and then there will be a quick overview of the Agentforce vibes, which recently introduced in the Streamforce 2025. So we'll cover that as well. And after it, we'll quickly see how it is different with the GitHub Copilot, which we generally use before that Agentforce vibes. And then follow that, we'll cover some question and answers. So for any question and answers, like we'll take all the questions in one go after end of the sessions. So if you have any questions, anything you want me to share, please feel free to post it on the chat window. And at the end of the sessions, we'll pick up each and every questions and the thoughts from there. All right, so this is the Agentforce, where the tagline says like humans with the agent drive customer success together on the Salesforce platform. So, like say Salesforce agentic AI platform, which enables the businesses to build and customize and deploy the autonomous AI agent. It's built on the trusted and the secure platform. It's highly scalable and accurate. It means like it's worked on the LLM and scalable, like if you are building it for small businesses, can be expanded to the like the big businesses as well. As businesses grow, it can be scalable as well and easy to customize. Like there are some point and click only, and so we can easily customize this inside the Salesforce. It's built in the AI features, customer 360 integrated, so like we can see each and every information at one place, whether the information is on data cloud or the service cloud or the sales cloud. We can bring all that information at one place and we can visualize that information at one place as well. So it's a unified metadata platform and open ecosystems. So this is how like the agent force learns on the regions with the Atlas. So Atlas is the heart of this agent force. It's a reasoning engine and it allows agent to understand the complex task. So whether like the task is in the structured format or the unstructured format. So it understand that different formats and transcript into the like the natural languages. So whatever like task we are passing it to this engine, it breaks down that into the multi-step workflows and retrieve that data, and then it can execute those actions. So as you can see it here, like there is a data cloud, and then it retrieves information, it passes it to this Atlas engine, performs the actions here, it plans, evaluate, and refine those things until like that engine gets the suitable answer for that, and after that it performs an actions, it passes to the outcomes as an actions. So in the customer 360-degree apps and the channel, it passes those information and it can perform the actions. So this is how it works in the backend. So these are the top 5 attributes of an agent, like where we'll cover each and every role, like the attribute one by one. Where we're talking about the role, it means it's a agent topics and the instructions, and the name itself is saying the role. It means it defines the agent identities and the responsibilities, like what agent can perform and what is the responsibility of that agent. Like we have the roles in our Salesforce terminologies, right? So it's the same role here. And the data is like what knowledge can they access. So whether we have the structured data or the unstructured data or the enterprise data, the agent can access such informations like from the CRM, like whether they can read that information or they can write that information or like they can access the knowledge articles or the customer history, whatever informations they can access it, right? So that is something the data, like what knowledge agent can access. And then we have a actions. So it means like what capabilities do they have. So the actions or the task the agent can perform autonomously, like if they can update any record, if they can send any email, if they can escalate any case, or if they can launch a flow. So whatever actions like based on our business requirements. So this actions defines like what capabilities the agent have and what all different actions they can perform. And then we have this guardrails, which means the rules and the permissions and the safety boundaries, like what shouldn't they do. So it sets some boundaries to the agent, like the agent can perform only these actions and they can ask certain questions to the customer. So they should not ask any questions which behaves as a root questions. So like we can set some safety boundaries that can keep the agent as compliant, secure, and agent should be in that control as well. So that is the main attribute of an that agent as well, because it it generates so many good things in that. And after it, we have a channel like where do they work. So the interfaces such as, let's suppose if we have to enable that for the Slack channel or for the chat or for the email or for the website, like so where exactly we have to install that agent. So that is something the channel attribute. So we can define it there, like the where the agent can interact with the users or the customers, right? So this is the channel, and all those five attributes, as you can see, there is a trust layer, right? So that is trustable and the secured. So that is on the trust level. Then we have we'll discuss about this autonomous agent makes effortless services a reality. So before we actually go into that in detail, so I would like to take a moment to discuss something like which is very familiar, right? Because I'm sure like many of us have worked on the bot as well before this agent force introduced, right? So our classical chatbot, right? So like these have been around for a few years now, and like there are few many organizations that are still working on those chatbots as well, right? So if we hear about this autonomous agent, right? So because I like presented the sessions earlier, so there were some questions like if there is a bots are already there, then what is the requirement of the autonomous agent, right? So then I thought to keep this particular slide here to explain the difference between the bots and the autonomous agent and how it can impact to the community as well. Because if we'll talk about bots, so bot is something like there are some limitations to the bots, like they can act only for the certain questions, but they cannot perform any actions. Like if you see the example here, the bot, so it's repetitive, like there is a customer who is facing issues in their air fryer, right? So if I'll talk an example of this bot, right? So they simply put a question to the like the chat bot, like my air fryer stopped working and shows this Trojan error. So the bot is instantly asking the questions like, sorry to hear this, what is this error? So then the customer provided the error message. Then again, the bot is asking, can you just share your full requirement, right? Then customer is sharing different requirement. And this is on that, it's like a repetitive task in the chat. So the bot is exchanging between the customers and say like reactive as in like say scripted in the backend, like so that's how this bot is behaving. And at the end, the bot is saying that I did not get that, and like what is your order number? So all these details this bot is asking, and after that bot is saying like let me just transfer this to the some agent who can make a call to you and who can resolve this query. So it means so after having a lot of discussions between the customer, bot is just exchanging the informations, and after that it's sharing that information with the agent, and there is a human intervention is required to resolve that particular case, right? But at the second end, if we see this autonomous agent examples, right? So same again with the same customer, he simply put that the air fryer image to that autonomous agent, and there is a LLM AI engine is working in the backend, right? So how it act like it scans that images and it check like what is the error message it displaying on the screen, what type of error message this is. So it is directly saying, okay, yeah, this is the error that you are getting it. Can you please confirm your order number? So and then customer is saying is like it's the last item which I purchased. So basis on that purchase history, automatically gets that order number and suggesting to the customer that this is the error because of this, this issue is there, and it can be fixed immediately. And so it means like the autonomous agent is helping the customers uh, that right time, right? And they can take some actions as well. So the action is like they can place that order and they can replace that uh, part as well on the fly as well. So that is something the autonomous agent is taking some actions. So without any human interventions. So it's a dynamic and proactive as well because it is proactively scanning the informations, passing that informations, and conversational as well. And whatever informations it is exchanging, right, on behalf of that information, it is taking some actions directly. So that is something the difference between the bot and the autonomous agent. And then we have this bots versus the autonomous agent, so which we just discussed is like so if I talk about the bots, hundreds of the rigid dialogues is like bot is asking so many questions to the customers, and there are different dialogues are exchanging. That is intent model, extensive trained data sets. So there are some trained data sets in the backend, and that is completely based on the knowledge based answers only. But if I talk about this autonomous agents, so they are very dynamic in nature, which means they are enabled to resolve much and more complex and the natural conversational experiences. What is even more exciting is that you can set them up with just a few simple clicks as well. So it works on the natural language instructions. So there is a AI reasoning engine in the backend. Minimal training is required. We can just set it up in the backend with a few clicks, and it works on the generative AI plus LLM plus the company data. So it does not depend on a particular knowledge based only. It can take an actions basis on the generative AI. It can take the company data as well. And the main hack is something like we required a very minimal coding for that. I'm not saying that coding is not required, but yes, well, I suppose if there are some uh, if we just have to read some document, right? To read that document, we don't require any coding for that. For this Agentforce, we can just directly upload that document in the data library, and from there, their engine can automatically read that information, right? But if we have to extract some informations from the big database, then there might be some flows required, right? So, but the minimal coding is required, and we can walk you through that demo sessions, like how it works in the backend as well. Okay, so this is the Agentforce service agent. It's engage customers autonomously across channel 24 by 7 with the natural responses. Again, as that is already set up in the backend, so we do not have to put any monitoring there, like who's working on what particular time zone. It will work across channels 24 by 7 with the natural responses. Resolve cases swiftly and accurately by grounding every answers in the trusted data. Uh, can be set up in a minutes with a pre-built template, and we can customize fast with a low code. So there are some predefined templates are available. We can directly use those templates, and there are some customizations features are also available. So we can set it up those customizations features with very minimal codes as well. Defines clear security guardrails and seamless escalations to the human labs. So there are some routings mechanisms also available, and we can set some guardrails as we discussed. Like we can set some boundaries to the agent, like what agent can perform, what agent can act to the customers, and if there is any escalations required, then we can route to that the human labs as well. So that features is also available in the agent services. So if I'll talk about like fundamental building blocks of an agent force, so these are the main three things as part of the fundamental building blocks. One is the topic, where we can define the topic what particular for what particular actions we are creating this agent, right? So let's suppose in this particular uh, screenshot, the topic is general CRM, right? So we can define that particular topic, and inside that topic, we can put some instructions always use activity records and the other records to generate a summary, or always look up the latest information by searching the web. So it is just like a simple English instructions we have to give there, because we do not have to write any code to understand that information, right? The prompt which we usually give to the chat GPT and other LLM engines, right? So the same type of informations of the prompt we need to just give as part of the instructions. So agent can read agent it means like the agent force can read that those instructions and can perform the actions on behalf of those instructions. So, and the third point is create and assign intelligent actions. So it means we can set some actions there. First action is query CRM data. So that agent can perform some query which can extract some informations from the CRM basis on the instructions given to this agent. They can only uh, always use the activity record. So this is the instructions. So they can fetch that information from the activity record and can generate a summary as well. Get activity timelines is another action. So after that, like the query CRM data, we can add multiple actions. But as part of some best practices, I think we can add around 18 to 20 uh, actions in a single topic, right? So that is something like we can follow some best practices, even though we can add more than that as well. But as part of the best practice, like if we have some more actions, right? So we can just go with a different agent as well. And the third action is web search. So likewise, we can add multiple actions there. Okay, so we'll go through that in details, how we can create any topics, how we can add any actions or the instructions. So let me just quickly quickly share my environment where I have set it up. So just allow me a minute. Let me just quickly open my Salesforce environment. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen again. Can you see my screen? I'm sure Darren, you can just confirm, like if you can see my screen.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
So for this particular demo, so what I did, we created a simple agent force, which for our cab services applications, and so we installed that agent on the website where the customers usually interact with our customer supports. So this is a Aura cab services, and like they provide services for the cab from one station to the another stations. And like there are different types of cabs are available, and whenever any customer is booking their rides, right? So they can ask certain questions on the fly, and they can perform their bookings as well. Like they can put some booking inquiries, and on the fly, this agent can book their confirmations as well, right? So let me just quickly open this up. And after it, we will go through that in the backend as well, like how this is set up in the backend, what all information, like how quickly we can enable or how quickly we can set it up in the backend as well, right? So this is the by default message which my agent is saying, hi, I'm an AI service assistant. How can I help you? So if I put any queries like I wanted to book cab for 5 people, let's see how it resolves. Could you please share the details of your trip, such as the pickup location, destination, date, and time? This will help me to find the best cab options for you. So let me just put some few informations. Pickup is, let's suppose, from Jaipur. Let's suppose this is for Ajmer. Pickup location is Ajmer. Destination is this. Date is today's date. Time is currently 6:30 to, let me suppose, 7 p.m. and date and time. Let me just put all this. Thank you for sharing that information. So pickup location is Jaipur, destination Ajmer, date, time, passengers file. Can you confirm if this is correct? Once confirmed, I will proceed with the booking. Yes. Looks okay. Great, let me proceed with the booking. I'm unable to access the booking systems at the moment. I cannot reach to our customer support directly using the CAD apps. So I think it's not somehow not accessing that information, but let me just ask some different details like cancellations policy. So whatever prompt we will give it here, it will just fetch that information from the backend. Whatever files we have put or whatever actions we added there, basis on that it extract that information and it displays that information here, right? So yeah, this is how it is working on the front end side. And if I'll go to this setup, so how we have set it up in the back end. If I'll go to this Agentforce, so this is this Aura cap. So here you can see the details or descriptions, the role, which we discussed. The agent job is to assist user in navigating and managing bookings for the different experience offered by the Aura caps, ensuring the seamless customer experience by providing accurate information. So this is what we can just provide any simple English role there, like just using English sentences. No need to provide, no need to like write any code for that. We can just put any descriptions of that and about the company and all. After that, we can select the topics like what all different topics this agent is for. So first is like the customer experience support, and another one is the general FAQs, right? And if I'll open this in the builder, we can just see it here, like how we can define the topics. And there are topics like what are the different actions and the instructions we have given, right? So this is the customer experience support. Here we can see the name and the classifications description, scope of this particular topic. And we put some instructions like if a customer would like more information on the service or experiences, you should run the actions, get experience details, and then summarize the results with the improved reliability. So there is some actions called as get experience details. So we have given the instruction to the agent that you have to run this, you have to run this particular actions, or you have to fetch that information from the particular object or from the particular locations, and then you can just give that information to the customer. So likewise, we can provide some instructions there. And if I'll go back there, if I'll open this general FAQs, so for the general FAQs, you can see I've given like multiple instructions. So it's not like we can only give the one instructions to the agent. We can give so many instructions to the agent. Like here, the instructions, if you see that the customer question is too vague or the general, ask for more details and clarifications to give better answers, right? So likewise, we have given multiple instructions there. Okay. And if I'll see the topics actions is like answer questions with the knowledge, right? And if I'll open this in the view actions, so here you can see there are some instructions configurations, and this is getting some input, providing some output. So all these things just you have to be set it up in the backend. It's just like a few simple clicks. And there is one more thing that I wanted to discuss about the data library. So as I put some cancellations policy command there, right? So for that cancellations policies, like that data is not available inside the Salesforce. And what we did for that, we just simply uploaded a PDF document in the data library, and that PDF document is all about like their uh, policies information. So like what all different types of policies we have, right? So here you can see we have uploaded two files there: Aura Cab Services Guide and Aura Cab Services Policies. So using this data library, we can simply upload the document here, and our Agentforce are well enough to like identify and read those documents from this data library and can answer. So how it works in the backend, like let's suppose this is the file we uploaded in the front in this data library, right? And if there are in this PDF document, if we have 10 paragraphs, right? So agent for agent, this LLM engine chunks those different paragraphs, and it can like create some different and like the indexing. Let's suppose if I'm asking related to my cancellation policies, so it checks that wordings of the text from those different chunking, and extract that information related to the cancellation and display to the customer. So that's how it works backend. So we can upload so many files here, and like there are some limitations, like we can add only the PDF files up to the 20 MB and HTML or text file up to the 4 MB. So likewise, we can upload those type of files and the data types, and agents are well enough to capture that information from those files and can update that information back as well. Okay, so this is the most important part that I want to showcase to you in this particular demo. So if I'll quickly see this conversations preview, so let me just put it here. Cancellation policy. So we'll showcase like how this works in the backend. Whenever we put any command there on the chat window, how it extracted information from. So this is the user input, like the cancellation policy, as you can see it here. After that, there is a reasoning topic selections is like the prompt is used. Okay, so this is the prompt that we have given it to, right? Topic selected is general FAQs. So so there are two topics we added. Like one is the general FAQs, one is related to the policies actions. So this is related to the general FAQs topic, and under that topic, it reads all the instructions, whatever instructions we have given there, and the actions like answers questions with the knowledge. So it is fetching that information, giving the answers back to the customers. And so for the reasoning action selections, so this is the prompt is used. Like we have given this prompt basis on that reads all the instructions and gives out that prompts back to the customer. So how it displays to the customer is like this is the input we given, this is the output we are getting it, and after that it formulates that informations and displays back in that in this format. So this is how it displaying that information back to the customer. So this is how it works in the backend. Likewise, for this particular agent, we have used uh, like data library. We have used knowledge articles and workflow as well. But there are certain options that you can utilize, like you can make a call out, you can attach to the external systems. You can extract that information from the external systems as well. You can make a call to your Apex classes as well. If you wanted to like host your LWC component, then you can put your LWC component as well as part of your chat as well. So whatever chats we are just using it here, right? So basis on that, we can just put in that like we can call to a flow as well. We can call to a LWC component that can display your information basis on our customer names. So this is the complete demo. Now let me just switch back to the presentations as we have 15 minutes left. So let me just cover up two more important topic as well, which is related to the agent for vibes. One second. Okay. All right. So now the topic is Agentforce vibes, which is a very hot topic nowadays because uh, Dreamforce recently introduced this topic, Agentforce vibes, and many of us knows about it. Many of us doesn't know about it. So let me just quickly introduce about this Agentforce vibe, what it is, how we can utilize this, how we can use this particular tool in our daily day-to-day development, and how we can incorporate this in our daily day-to-day life as well. So there are some key features and the capabilities of this agent force vibes. So the based on the documentations are available on the agent force vibes help. So I took it from there. So one is the vibe Cody, which is a AI agent. So what it means like the vibe Cody, it understands your ops metadata, like whether it is a schema or the existing code. It can generate your Apex classes, LWCs, flows, dash, and detector code. So it can read your schemas, it can read your what we can say metadata as well, and basis on that, it can like write your Apex classes, LWCs. So we just have to give some prompt there, and then it can automatically write it there. So we do not have to like just check what all fields we have to be entered in as part of our queries or where to put what informations from the schemas. It can read all that information. So this is how it works in the backend. And this is a natural language code. It means like you can just prompt something like create a lightning web component for XYZ features with the fields A, B, C, and the tool provided is something, let's suppose deployment steps, whatever like prompt you will give to this tool. It can understand that languages because it is already connected with our schema and the metadata. So you can just give that prompt like create a lightning web component with particular features or for this particular object or the fields, and it can extract that information. It can just create that lightning web component for you, and it's in like a very easy to use as well. So we can directly use that Lightning Web component, and if there is any manual changes are required, we can just simply so at least our 60 to 70% codes can be written by that. I'm not saying that we can if we'll give the proper prompt, then it can write a 80 or 90% code as well, but it depends on the prompt, whatever prompts we are giving it to, right? And then there is an enterprise grade security and the governance, which is built in the guardrails. Like your org schema is already known to this tool, and the AI will work within the platform limitations and the trust layers, right? So you have the standards and DevOps integrations already in place, right? So it means like it will always follow your security and the governance schema of your systems, and that will be like again your trust layer will always be there, right? And then there is a IDE and the tooling integrations. So it means like it supports a web IDE, like Agentforce Vibes IDE or the standard VS Code with the Salesforce extensions. So we can like install a Salesforce extensions for that, like the Git or DevOps Center or the metadata deployment, and it can be supported there as well. It is a model context protocol and the extensibility. What it means, like it supports multiple models like the GPT-5, Cloud, Exchange, and uses an MCP server, so you can plug in and extend the environment as well. End-to-end workflow support, so like from your ideations, from your planning to the deployment. So just like you have to give a proper command there, like what all components you need to be create, and how the testing should behave for that particular component, and how you can deploy that component from your scratch out to the testing environment. So just like you have to give some proper command there, and it can be perform your end-to-end workflows as well. So this is how it works in the backend. And now the next slide, I put it here just for our references because many are currently using this GitHub Copilot, which is a part of the GitHub, right? And we just enable that extension in our VS Code, right? And now this Agentforce vibes is introduced. So many of you might get confused, like which one is to use, which one is the correct one, or like the secured and the trusted one. So that's why this added this slide as well. So if we'll compare these two tools, right, it will cover some key areas like the platform focus. So this is purposely built by the Salesforce for the Salesforce ecosystems, Agentforce, because like you can write your Apex classes, LWC flows, metadata, DevOps centers, etc. But if I compare the GitHub Copilot, right? So it's a generic AI paired programmer. So which is by the GitHub for any programming languages. So like GitHub Copilot supports to Python, for .NET, for Java, for Salesforce, for Apex programming, right? For different programming languages, it supports. It's just a generic plugin. But if I talk about the agent code, it's supported for the Salesforce and built by the Salesforce only for the Salesforce ecosystems, right? Context awareness. So to deeply understand your Salesforce orgs metadata, because as we said, it is connected with your orgs metadata and the schemas. So it is deeply connected there. It can read your metadata, it can read your schemas, can read your custom objects and the dependencies, and it can use your orgs context to suggest the correct fields and the API names. But as the GitHub Copilot is very generic tool, so it works on the code context only, like open file or the nearby code. It doesn't know your org metadata or the Salesforce configurations. It just give you some recommendations, like you can write this particular line of code, because it doesn't know your org schema, like how tightly coupled is your system is, like what are the different objects or the dependencies you are using in the backend, right? So it cannot suggest accordingly. But if we compare this Agentforce and is already understand your Salesforce schema, so it can suggest basis on your dependencies created in the backend, right? It can suggest the solutions accordingly. Integrations. So it's natively integrated with the Salesforce IDE, Vibes IDE, DevOps Centers, Code Builder, and the Salesforce Trust Layer, which is again a part of the governance and the security. And this GitHub Copilot is integrated with the VS Code, JetBrains, and other editors. So no built-in Salesforce governance on the deployment integrations. So again, if we talk about some governance and the security, then this is the best options, like to go with the Agentforce files. Capabilities, if I'll talk about the capabilities like beyond code, you can create flows, Apex classes, LWCs, test classes, metadata deployment scripts, and even run end-to-end Salesforce workflows as well, right? But on the other hand, this Copilot focused on the code completion only and some inline suggestions only. Because whenever we write any code, it can just give us some inline suggestions, like can sometimes suggest the complete line of code or the method information, but it doesn't generate any Salesforce metadata or the flows. Security and the governance, it's fully within the Salesforce trust layer, ensures no customer data leaves off, audit logs in the compliance built-in, but on the other hand, requires the GitHub enterprise settings to restrict the data sharing, not Salesforce aware governance output format. And if I talk about the output format, so it generates deployable Salesforce components like the LWC bundles, X classes, metadata, XML, flow, JSON, etc. But it generates only the code snippet text that you must adapt to the Salesforce manually. So this is all the differences that you can just understand in your daily day-to-day life, and you can just adapt this new tool as well for your for programming. Yeah, so this is all about this today's sessions. I hope like I've covered up to 50 to 55 minutes for this, and I'll cap this so 7 to 8 minutes for the Q&A. Like if we have any Q&A or any questions related to the sessions. So again, thank you so much for being here online, and hopefully I kept you all exciting and energetic.
Hey,
So
Yogesh,
again,
thank you.
you can
Yeah.
connect with me on the LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn QR code, and you can just share your thoughts, and like if you would like have any queries post this session as well, feel free to connect with me there as well. Handing over to Priyanka Jain.
Yeah, thank you, Yogesh, for giving the background. First of all, the agent force, what it is, because it's new, and I know like people here are from different. Maybe they, for some, the Salesforce is new or the agent force is new, and with you and you showing the demo of that cab booking system, that was also very, that was also one of the moment because the theory part is different and when one sees in the action mode, right? So then we
Yeah.
know, okay, इससे भी कुछ किया जा सकता है. Even we at horizontal also know we are doing different POCs and also maybe the next time when people attend, right, you will see some new the new demos related to agent force. So just stay connected. So I think we can take the Q&A part also now. Okay, I think Bhavya has raised one question. So for her, it's the first Trailblazer event that she's attending, and her question is how one can add agents like Aura Caps into the external website.
So can you just rephrase the questions, like how we can install it on the website,
How
right?
how
You're
one
saying.
can add agents like Aura Caps into the external
Mhm.
website?
Yeah. For the external website, this means like you're not talking about the Experience Cloud site, or you're talking about the external sites.
Okay.
If you're talking about the external sites, then there is a integrator code is also there. Like once the agent is ready, then you can deploy that to the external sites as well. Like we plug our like we can install it on the Slack as well, right? So Slack is external, right? And we can install it for the Gmail, for the different external websites as well.
Bhavya, I think you can take a question.
Yes, hello all.
Hey, hi, Bhavya.
Hi. So my question is, I also
Mhm,
uh, built one agent uh, during my learning. So, like in
mhm.
the external website, how I can add this agent? Uh, Can
So
you?
you're not talking about the Salesforce sites, right? You're talking about the external sites, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So again, like there is some code that like once your agent is ready, yeah, right, then you can deploy that the complete agent to your external sites. So there is some steps that needs to be followed. I can just share the documentations for you, post this sessions, and you can just follow those steps, and you can deploy that agent to your external sites as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Correct. Any
Okay.
more questions?
Yeah. So it's me only.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have created the two use cases like booking
Mhm.
the cab and cancellation. So we can add
Right.
booking modification also, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So
So
it's up to you. Like if you wanted to add multiple topics or multiple actions, it's up to your business requirement only. You can add as many as topics. Under that, you can put multiple instructions and the actions as well.
okay. So for every use case, you have mentioned like we have the main attributes of agent force, right? Like
Mhm.
actions, instructions, prompts. So all those needs
Right,
to be updated for each and every
right,
use.
correct.
Okay. Okay. The next one is we have the internal and external agents, right? So just if you can
Mhm.
let us know the difference between these two types of agents.
Internal and external agent, it means so you're talking about like uh,
Internal is right within the our CRM agent force
mhm.
builder,
Okay. So
right?
different is nothing is like let's suppose if you wanted to create an agent for your sales rep, right? Or the service rep. So you can install that agent within your CRM only, right? For your sales console or for your service consoles. So whenever they connect with any of the customers, or let's suppose if it's for the sales rep, right? If they are connecting with the leads or any prospect, so they can refer some of the information related to their products. So whenever they are talking with the leads, and they can just convey the same to the customers. So that is for the internal use cases, because here the internal users are using that particular agent, right?
Mm.
because sometimes what happens if the customer is asking anything, right? So agent needs to be reply to that customer on the fly as well, right? So how they can get that information on the fly with that help of the agent, like because this agent is connected with all different systems as well, right? So they can extract that information on the fly and they can reply back to the customer. So this is the internal agent. If I talk about the external agent, like we just deployed it on the Oracle, right? So this is for the external agent, like where this external agent is communicating directly with the customers.
Customer.
Internal agent is only using whether internal agents or the sales rep or the service reps, but external agents are directly connecting with the customers, where the customers are raising their questions or the queries, and with the help of some setup in the back end, it is replying back to the customer. So this is how both the internal and the external agents are there.
Okay, thank you, Yogesh.
Thank you, Yogesh, for your time. It was a really great session and a demo on a weekday. Thanks everyone for joining.